Kia ora whānau, and welcome to a very late episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your host, as always, Alex Costas, and this is going to be a very quick episode. I know last week I said I was going to tell you guys about my YouTube and how that's been going. I'm not in front of my computer at the moment, so what I will do is I will do that for this episode, for next episode. And give you a bit more idea of what I've done so far. Just a quick heads up, I have done 2 videos so far. I am intending on getting a third one up there, so my goal of getting one a day is definitely not working. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about at the moment is something that I'm I've just been listening to a couple of audiobooks, as I've talked about before, and the one that I've been listening to is actually one by Steve Harvey, and so there was a chapter in there that really resonated for me, and it made me think about you guys, especially those who are wanting to go out and get a job, who are looking at, trying to find the skills that they need and what skills, identifying those skills. So I really just wanted to sort of motivate you guys and just let you know that whatever it is that you've done in your time, no matter whether it's a job, whether it's a team you joined, whether it was something you did on yourself, you do have skills. And I want to really stress to you, I know I've talked about skills before, but I do really want to talk about how you can identify those skills. And while you may think they're nothing, some of those skills, in the audiobook, Steve basically talks about how he's a very sort of religious person. He talks about how God gave you those skills. Now, I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I am a Greek Orthodox by nature, but at the same time, I don't want to put it on him and to the people that are listening that are like, oh look, no, he's preaching Jesus stuff. No, I don't want to do that at all. What I do want to stress to you is look inside yourself. Take that time, think about what it is that you've done, and where possible, just try to identify what it is that you've done that could help you. Are you a talker? Are you a communicator? Do you write? Are you a creative person? Are you an artist? Are you a cook? What is it that you love? If it's something that you love, why don't you take it, work on it, try to develop that skill. Don't shoot down, don't listen to other people. Do what it is that you need to do to not only identify the skill that you've got, but just make it your own. You may not be happy in your current job if you're listening to this and you're in a job and you're like, well, I'm not focused toward this. Maybe you're more focused towards creating plans. So take this time now. I want you to get a pen, get a paper, get your phone out, get your notepad out, and I want you to write down 5 skills that you've got. Any 5, doesn't matter. Identify those skills. Then once you've done that, what I want you to do is right next to each skill, I want you to think of 3 ways of how you can possibly develop that skill. Now I know you're going to be thinking, oh, that's too hard, Alex. I can't do that. I'm driving at the moment, or I can't do that. I don't have any skills. You do. Okay. Are you listening right now? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Guess what? There's a skill. You've got listening skills. Do you talk for a living? You've got oral communications, good communication skills. Do you notice small things when other people can't? You've got a keen eye for detail. So take this time, identify those skills. Now, after you've written those 3 things, identify what you can do to make those skills better. And then start defining those skills. And you know what? If you can think of more than 5 skills, do it. Start making this a regular habit for you. Start thinking, what skills are you amazing? Not just what goes in your CV. I'm talking in general. What skill makes you skillful? What skill makes you happy? What puts a feather in your cap, as they say? What is it that makes you go, you know what? Actually, I actually quite like singing. What can you do to get better at singing? You know, I know sing more is probably the obvious answer, but can you take a course in vocal? Can you take vocal lessons through YouTube? Whatever. How can you develop that skill? Not necessarily that you get a job with it or anything like that. Like, you know, if it's something that you're passionate about, how do you develop that skill? And when you start developing that skill, start to think of other skills that are related to that skill. Because at the moment you may think, no, there's nothing related to the skill that I'm thinking of. Especially if it's something like, you know, you might think keen eye for detail. Well, you know, if you've got a keen eye for detail, then is it possible that you can see other solutions that other people can't? Is that thinking outside the box? Is that then problem solving? You know, each of these things that we do, each of these skills that we start to develop and we start to further think about will reveal other skills. So what I want you to get into your head, yes, it is identifying skills. Yes, it is developing skills. But the other thing that I really, really, really want to push for you is just start thinking outside the box about your skills. And then when you start doing that, think outside the box of what it is that you want to do. Are you happy? What are you going to do with that happiness? Simple things. Simple things. I'm not expecting you to apply for any jobs. I'm not expecting you to change your life or anything like that. But if this little thing, these little nuggets can just help you just that little bit, just go, you know what? I do have 5 skills. Because when you think of those 5 skills and you've got those 3 problems, well, that's then 15 things that you've done around those 5 skills. Out of those 15 things, what correlates to each other? Are there any that overlap? If there are overlaps, then is there overlaps in skills? What can you do to further strengthen those skills? Are they intertwined? Now, as I said, this is going to be a very quick episode, probably only about, you know, maybe 15 minutes max. But I do hope that you take this time to just sit there and write or think. But by writing it down, you're just going to make it, real, okay? And if you can do this every week, once a week, it's literally take 10 minutes. Focus on this. Then, if you can do that for a month, think of what you've done then. You have identified 20 skills in that month. Or if you're just focusing on the same 5 skills, then you've enhanced those skills times 20. So take a step back. Take your time. Think about this stuff. Have that little inner reflection of yourself. It will pay off. And if you are applying for a job and, you know, you are trying to struggle to put skills in your CV, or you know, in your master CV that we've talked about, that is the first step. What skills do you have? And don't just take stuff from your work. Take from your personal life. As I said, what is it you love doing? Can you read the hell out of a book? Well, then you've got excellent reading skills. If you read that book and then you comprehend something and then you translate and implement it, well, then you've got, you know, some sort of translation skills, don't you? If you can put those skills into something, into words, well, then you've got something else as well. So you can further develop each skill that you identify. And hopefully, by the end of the month that you do this, then you'll just have more and more and more attitude to, you know, you are quite skilled, no matter what it is that you do. And I think that's about all I really want to say today. But yeah, I do hope you do take this on. As I said, I know it was a very short episode, less than 10 minutes at the moment. You guys know where to catch me. You can get me on my email, doncostas@gmail.com, doncostas@gmail.com. You can find me on my Instagram @thekiwidon. You can find me on my Website costasenterprises.business.blog, and just share with me your skills. Email me if you have the guts. Let me know what it was that you identified. How many did you identify? Was it 5? Was it 15? You don't have to tell me what they are if you don't want to. You can keep it general. You can say, hey Alex, I had 5. I decided to do this. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know, did this help you at all? Did it make you think, oh, hey, yes, I can do this. I do have the skills available to do this. Because if it did, I want to know. I want to know that this sort of content is helping you. And always, guys, I love you guys. Be good. Stay safe. And as always, good luck.